save them for when we're about to do that. Damn, these ticks are garbage. Please. I think I missed the... I could have either missed the last squeeze or my ticks could have just been that awful. Either way, I do not give a shit. I am so fucking done with this song. I love this song, but dude, oh my god. When you mix a chart like this with whammies like this and the length of this on this engine, holy fuck, this is just an absolute nightmare concoction. I didn't remember missing it. I mean, I know my ticks were really bad early on, and that probably only continued into Solo 2 because of nerves. Particularly I think the whammy leading up to the solo act had really bad tick drops, but again, it's just like, man, I just want to guarantee, or, you know, do my best to guarantee that I get all the squeezes here. I feel like, honestly, I got really lucky on that last act. First place previously by Cram says that with all the squeezes you can get 514. I'm not sure if he's counting the fourth act, which I've never got and never even particularly got close on, and even if I did ever get it, I doubt I would try to implement it into a run, because these other acts, particularly the 2 solo acts, which I'm pretty sure are what I got over at least Chris, and he just had way better ticks, because it's, like, I'm not trying to, like, protect my ego or anything here, it's just matter of fact, it is significantly harder to hold ticks when you're trying to get all of these squeezes, particularly the 2 solo acts. And to be completely honest, the first solo act really has nothing to do with ticks. It's just about the pressure that mounts as you continue to get squeezes that makes holding ticks everywhere in the song that much harder. Again, I'm going to have to analyze this to see if I actually got all the squeezes, but just from a feel perspective, I'm pretty sure I did, and my ticks were just that terrible. I'm pretty sure I had, like, similar ticks to Cram here, -1, but I probably got the 3rd squeeze over him, if I had to guess. Because I don't know if other people have made this 3rd act adjustment, but the path 3rd act comparatively is terrible. It's so bad. Of course, that being said, this 3rd act was still an unbelievable pain in the ass for me specifically, because I still just suck fucking balls at not overlapping Hopo act front ends. Oh god, I just drive myself insane with that. And it's not even like, honestly, I don't know if I missed the back end with this altered 3rd act one time. Every fucking time I missed that act, which was a majority of the time that I, got to the 3rd act, I missed it. I just missed the front end and hit the back end. Unbelievably infuriating, and it's part of the reason I said I feel like I got insanely lucky on that last act. I don't really have any TAS stuff to bring up because I didn't even bother with this song. It is such a clusterfuck in every sense of the word that there's just, like, no point. Like, it does me no good to know that the 2nd act nearly ideal is possible, because there's 6 fucking whammies and there's 2 sets of sequential chord whammies, which give you no leniency. So yeah, I didn't even bother. The only thing I did TAS is the mechanics of the Hopo activations, particularly the 3rd and last acts. I just wanted to know how big the windows were, if they were extended hit window compatible, and I found something really weird on the last act, which I've never come across before. This was just in practice mode. I'm sure it's the same in regular runs, but I just want to preface it with that for whatever that's worth. First of all, the 3rd act is a 6-frame front end passive strike line, so extended hit window doesn't work on it. But the last act, yeah, I found something really weird in that, as far as I've found so far, extended hit window either works or doesn't on large Hopo windows. But for this last act front end, I got extended hit window to work on it, but only if I strummed the frame before the note window ended, which is bizarre. And I went back to, like, make sure that wasn't a thing on other Hopos that I had. Maybe I just had an oversight, because that makes, it really makes no sense why that would be the case. But so I went back and tested it on the Jordan, the chorus, the non-upper bound 2nd act. But no, it wasn't the case there. That front end is not compatible with extended hit window, and I tried the same thing, inputting a strum the frame before the window ended, and it made no difference. It just inputted a strum and missed. So yeah, that was a really weird thing to come across. I was trying to use extended hit window on this last act just to make it a little more safe. And I mean, honestly, dude, if I, think about it, if I missed the last act on this run, I would have missed first by 1 tick, and I would have fucking cried because I had to go back and play this song again. So I am counting my blessings that this just completed, and I'm just done with this for now. I figured my run, I guess my, goal that I was shooting for was 513.8, and I'm pretty sure I lost all of these in ticks. I'm pretty sure I got all the squeezes. So I just don't even know what to think about this song anymore. It is truly insane the amount of ticks that you drop in this. And just to put that into perspective, the only squeeze that I think I didn't get on the bigger squeeze path is the fourth act. And the bigger squeeze, which is just that singular red, 200, that red also eats into the ticks on your green sustain. So it probably isn't even worth, it's probably worth about 150, 160. And the bigger squeeze path score is 514, 357. 700 higher than this, while missing like 150, 160. Absolutely disgusting. It almost just makes no sense. Man, I don't know. I need to stop speculating and just rewatch the fucking run. It's just everything in this song is such a mindfuck. I didn't mess with the first act at all to see if any crazy extended hit window squeezes were possible. There's just way too much after that point to get caught up on hitting the first squeeze, even though, like, if you were able to get an extra chord in somehow, it would make 514 much more possible. I don't give a fuck, man. Somebody wants to go for 514, be my fucking guest. This song also, just in general, is extremely extended hit window hostile. Basically every single activation. I tried utilizing it a bit for the second act, just because I went through a little period when I first started today. This is my second day of attempts on this, and I just couldn't get any consistency out of it, because like you'd have to activate it with your pinky, and then the following chord is so close to it that like I just missed the chord a lot when I was trying to use it to, and it was just like defeating the purpose of trying to make the second act more consistent. Again, if I could have got the third act front end more consistent, this probably wouldn't have been half the pain that it turned into, but here we are. Likewise on the fourth act front end, even though it's really no big deal, it's still an early whammy leading into an overlap activation, which means you can't tell right away if you overlap the note unless I guess you're watching your score. But also it's just an awkward act. Whatever, I'm done thinking about this song and discussing it. I'm sure there's a million things that I could have done better, but this is still first by about 200, and that's the only thing that matters to me right now. The only other thing I want to say is Chris is fucking insane for getting the score he did at the time he did. I mean, there are certain like easier songs that were optimized earlier on, but yeah, to get that score in mid 08 is just absolutely crazy. And his description on here says first by a clear 1,000 points, and I can understand why. Holy shit, that guy was just cracked out of his mind 2 weeks before FCing Flames the first time ever. God, what a monster.